Gemini, and welcome to your reading for the Jupiter and Neptune conjunction in Pisces, exact on April 12th, running through about May 11th. And this conjunction is really about finding meaning and purpose and spiritual connection for you in your life. These are the kinds of questions that will be coming up during this time of this conjunction. And so I am doing a reading with that in mind. I'm reading from the Ethereal Visions Tarot and the Sufi Wisdom Oracle deck. If you're interested in reading more about this conjunction, you can head over to my website and check out a blog post that I wrote about that. There's also a coupon code for a spirituality reading in honor of this conjunction. So let's see what you've got going on, Gemini. The Ace of Wands, the Five of Wands, and the Knight of Pentacles. The advice card is the Moon, and underlying the deck is the Queen of Wands. Lots of wands, lots of fire. All right, and for the Oracle advice card, we have Work of Art, and underlying Beyond the Ego, Surrender to the Flow of Life. Okay, Gemini, so what I'm seeing here is there's a lot of passion and drive and inspiration to move forward, but it's almost like you keep hitting these roadblocks or these annoying distractions that are keeping you from going where you want to go and just full on following your inspiration. They're slowing you down a bit. So we've got the Ace of Wands here, which is, it's this new inspiration. It's this bright idea, this bright passion, this flash of inspiration that you might really want to just run forward with and take action on. But then we've got the Five of Wands here, which is all these little nitpicky, annoying details that need to be worked out, or challenges that keep coming up as you want to just charge forward with your inspiration. This is saying there's a lot of roadblocks to this that are keeping you from moving forward. I'm feeling a lot of frustration, like this foot on the gas, wanting to move forward, but then having to deal with these little things, these challenges that are keeping it slowed down. Now, the Knight of Pentacles here is another indication that this inspiration that you just want to charge forward with is needing to be slowed down. So it might just be that in order to bring this vision or this inspiration to fruition, there's a lot of details that need to be handled. That would be the Five of Wands. And the Knight of Pentacles is going to go slowly and methodically through each one of those details in order to make sure that it's done right. So again, it might be roadblocks, or it may just be like you decide you want to start a business or something like that, and then you have to do all the nitty-gritty mundane things in order to make that happen and put that into practice. So it's going down the list one by one. The Knight of Pentacles is going to go down the list one by one and check each thing off. But if you try and do everything all at once in a haphazard way, it's not going to be very stable and it's going to be a little crazy. Now, as a Gemini, you probably can do that quite well, but with the Knight of Pentacles here, it's really saying slow down, and in order to bring this inspiration to light, to the real world, there's going to be some practical steps that you're going to have to take, and it's going to take some time to slow that process down and make sure that it's all done correctly and sufficiently. Now, I think one of the reasons things might need to be slowed down for you is because we've got this Moon card as the advice card up here. And the Moon card can bring some confusion. It's difficult to see the path. And if you go charging forward, you might trip and fall. You really can't see things clearly. And for me, that has to do with the moon, because the moon is speaking about our subconscious, and it's in the subconscious, so you can't see it. That's by definition. And what we're really talking about here in the subconscious for me with the moon card is, both our inspiration, our intuition, and our fears live there. And we can operate from either one of those two places, but sometimes it's difficult to know if your intuition is actually a fear or if a fear is an intuition. And so you might want to charge forward, but the slowing down that the Knight of Pentacles is saying is, no, you really need to spend some time going in and investigating, going inward and investigating within yourself where these impulses are coming from, and sorting through that a little bit before just charging forward. Specifically because this is really a spirituality reading. This is about this Jupiter-Neptune conjunction that you may really have, this time may really be about sorting through your own internal subconscious motivating forces and needing to parse that out a little bit. Take some time to understand what is motivating you, so that you can act in alignment with your highest ideals, with what you consciously want to create and move forward with, rather than acting subconsciously from a fear or unconscious patterning that might be operative right now. So really slowing that down, because this moon card here is indicating that there's a lot happening subconsciously for you, and there's a need to quiet down the process, slow down the process, in order to really understand the why of where you want to go and why you want to do that. And that's going to help bring clarity to how you do that, and more stability, I think, to the moving forward. So there's definitely a sense in this reading of needing to slow down and go inward and check in with yourself about your own motivating forces and whether or not those are in fact in alignment with your conscious desires. Because if you don't, with this Five of Wands down here, there's going to be a lot of conflict and problems that arise from just charging forward without doing that inner work first. Now, the Queen of Wands as the underlying here from the tarot is also speaking to this desire to just sort of charge forward with your own inspiration and desire to do whatever you want to do in the world, to just, again, just charge forward with it. But because we've got her in the Queen, because this is a Queen, there's a mastery associated with the Queen, so that it's a sense of being in charge of your own impulse and inspiration and passion. She doesn't just move forward without thinking about it. There's definitely a drive. She's in touch with her own inspiration and passion and creativity and spirituality too, but it doesn't drive her unconsciously. And because we've also got the Moon here and the Knight of Pentacles, I think that you might be feeling this passion within yourself, and the advice is to slow down and really understand that and take conscious steps rather than just flying forward with this inspiration and passion with your foot on the gas. So slow that process down. Now, for the Oracle, we've got work of art, be the portrait of divine beauty. And again, I'm seeing this combination of merging your passion and your inspiration and your vision for what you want to move forward with and what you're driven to move forward in, to slow that down. When we create a work of art, there's the inspiration, but then there's a work that needs to be done to create that. So you may have this huge flash that you want to drive with or to create something, but slowing that down and understanding the process in order to create something beautiful and not chaotic. So again, this message of yes, follow that inspiration. It's so important here to have that, that purpose, but needing to slow it down to understand it and make sure that when it comes into the world, that when you put that into the world, it's sustainable and lasting, and not driven by fears, again, or unconscious patterning. And beyond the ego, also speaking to this, beyond the ego, surrender to the flow of life. So you may have an ego desire to push this forward, to be this kind of person, whatever it is that is driving you, whatever this flash is for you. There is an indication that it's somewhat tied to your ego, who you think you are, how you want to present, how you see yourself. And what this reading is really indicating is that there may be some underlying drivers for that impulse that aren't in line with your conscious desires, or are more about how you want to be seen by others, or how you need to be seen by yourself. And if those are the drivers, then it's going to be a chaotic mess. So there's an indication here to slow down that passion, find out where there's an ego attachment to it, and sort of let go of that ego attachment or these fears that might be coming up, and process those so that they aren't the drivers of the inspiration and creativity and even spirituality that you're feeling an impulse towards. So slow down, go within, ask questions. Why is this here? Is it in alignment with what I really believe? Or is this generated from past patterns, past ego attachments that really aren't in alignment? Getting clear about that, and then you'll be able to take that inspiration and actually put it into practice into the world. But there's a lot of dismantling and unweaving of these two impulses within you that I feel needs to be happening over this next month or so in alignment with this conjunction that we're working with. So there you have it, Gemini. There is your reading for this Jupiter-Neptune conjunction from April 12th through May 11th. Again, check out the website if you want to read that blog or schedule a spirituality reading with me. Otherwise, I hope you find this useful, and I look forward to seeing you back next time.